taking C. Lost C.
So hello YouTube, this is World of War Black Ops Pro, and today I have another gameplay for you guys. This time on the map Solar, so this is that other DNA bomb that I got today, because, you know, the Christmas noobs, they're pretty much everywhere in Advanced Warfare multiplayer, so now is the time to be playing Advanced Warfare. I mean, DNAs, they're not that hard to get, especially if you know what you're doing. So I'm using the same class I was using in the other gameplay, and I do pretty well this game. Now, but the topic of today's commentary is not going to be about Advanced Warfare, well, not specifically about Advanced Warfare, but it's going to be, or not at least not the multiplayer aspect of it. It's going to be more about the zombies, the Exo Zombies, possibly even Treyarch's next game, like their zombies, because we know that Treyarch's going to bring back zombies. I mean, they have no reason not to, so let's get into it. So, now I've been playing a bunch of zombies in the past few days, and I've been playing mainly Black Ops 2, and I've realized that Black Ops 2 zombies, overall, it was good, but there was a lot of improvements that could have been made to that game in terms of zombies, because zombies, by no means were they bad. I mean, certain maps like Transit and Die Rise, they were by no means good maps, but, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's just my opinion, but there was a few things they could have improved. Like, I feel like every single zombies map, they try to outdo the previous one, they try to improve themselves, kind of reinvent the wheel in a way. And what I mean by that is they try to make it like they try to make the map more complicated, and they try to add all this other unnecessary stuff into the map, which really detracts from the overall experience. Like Origins is the best example of this, where I think that they wanted to make that map like really complicated. Like they added in a bunch of stuff they probably didn't need. Like they added in the giant robots, like the big mechs and stuff. They added in the Panzer guy, and they added in like those zombie guys who try to take down the generators and stuff like that. They added a bunch of unnecessary stuff, and I really feel like the map probably would have been better off without it. Like, giant robots had really, you know, they didn't really give you any advantage. Like, they could step on you, you get downed. It was just dumb. And plus they'd make training really hard in No Man's Land, since their footprints would cover large areas where you needed to cross, and if they somehow stepped in front of you, they could trap you, and it was just bad. And then the Panzer guy, yeah, the Panzer guy was kind of hard to take down if you didn't have the right weapons. I mean, he's similar to Brutus, but Brutus, I mean, at least he couldn't grab you. At least he had to be right next to you to whack you with the club. He couldn't, like, flamethrower you, or couldn't grab you from a distance. Also, yeah, it was easier just to kill him, it just seemed. So, I mean, that boss was okay. And just look at this sniper shot. I mean, guys, tell me this is not overpowered. Like, look. Boop, dead. Left trigger, right trigger. Yeah. Okay, so let's get back to the commentary here. So, the Panzer guy, I mean, he would have been okay if he had his own round, like the Hellhounds did. They have their own round. The problem is, he doesn't. He spawns in with the regular zombies. The giant mech robots keep roaming the map like the whole game. It's really annoying. And not only that, but you know, those Panzer guys, they try to take down the power stations even if you've already even if you've already generated them. Like, you know, it's just kind of annoying. And you know, I feel like that map could have been a lot better without them, because what I feel like Treyarch was trying to do is they're trying to outdo themselves. They're trying to make the map look so interesting that you're gonna buy the map. And I understand that from a business perspective, but I just don't think it's progressing zombies anywhere worth going. Now, I hope Exo Zombies doesn't do this, but that's given if Exo Zombies is even worth playing. I mean, the exosuits could totally destroy the zombies we know and love. So I'm not even sure if Exo Zombies is gonna be really relevant. I guess because, you know, Exo Zombies, they could, I mean, yeah, sure, they'd probably do some things right, but I think the Exo suits is gonna be a game-breaking mechanic that they're gonna add in. That kind of takes away from the fun of training and the fun of zombies just acting how they do in Treyarch games. And yeah, you know, I like zombies that act how they do in Treyarch games, so yeah, we're gonna be focusing on some more Treyarch zombies, because this is kind of what I hope they do. Now, in Black Ops 2, they had some pretty good ideas, like Transit. I mean, they had the bus. The bus, okay, well, that was a good idea in of itself. There was a problem with it, and was that they made the map way too big. Transit was way too big of a map, and, you know, I'm not sure if they didn't have enough development time, or if the Xbox 360 couldn't handle the map. But what they have, if they didn't do this otherwise, but what they had to do was they added the fog, and apparently to cover up like parts of the map where they couldn't like add details and stuff like that. Now I understand. I mean, the Xbox 360 can't handle that, but that just means your map's too big. And not only did they do the fog, I mean, the map would have been much better without the fog, but they added denizens in, and that was just annoying. The denizens probably shouldn't even been in that map, and, you know, it was way too big because you had to find parts, and you would have to go from place to place to get stuff, and if you missed the bus, then you would have to go in the lava and face the denizens, so it was just overly complicated, and that's why a lot of people didn't like that map. Now, they did a few things right, like Buried. I mean, yeah, sure, it was an easy map, but easy map is much better than an overly complicated, challenging map, I would say. Because at least you could have fun on that. Now, and I also like the theme, like Buried, Mob did have really good themes. I like those two maps, and they're both fairly easy if you know what you're doing. But they were still fun nevertheless, and that's kind of what Zombies should be. Zombies should be fun, and that's the whole reason why we play it. So, what I think they should do is just kind of just stay to the basics. Like, World at War has some of the best Zombies maps because they don't overly complicate things. Like, there's not a million things that can get you down, because in Transit there was like the lava, there was all these other boss zombies, and electricity zombie even, the Avogadro. Yeah, the list goes on and on about random stuff that can down you. But there's also a big thing like that Church kind of did to troll us, like at least the Zombies community, was in Die Rise, the whole map was about verticality, right? And probably the main cause of getting down was falling down and taking too much fall damage. But guess which perk they did not even include on that map? PhD Flopper. And it's not like they forgot about PhD Flopper and the fall damage. They actually added an Easter egg in there, like they made an unusable PhD Flopper thing you can see while going down one of the elevators. And it's like, really? You're not going to put that perk in a map that's all about verticality and falling down and stuff. So that was just, that kind of just killed the map. I mean, the map wouldn't have been good even if it did have PhD. But it's hard to argue that would have been worse. Because that map, I don't know, it didn't look nice. It wasn't like a beautiful map or anything. The theme, it just felt kind of random, like, I also don't like that. So map, like, themes are pretty important in Zombies, and I think they have some pretty good ideas. I'll give them that. Like, but they also sometimes try to add too much crap in. Like, let's talk about Moon from Black Ops 1. Now, some people like that map, some people don't. I personally don't like that map too much, and here's why. So they put the two most valuable perks on Area 51. Now, Area 51 is a separate part of the map Moon, and you can only get to it by teleporting. You teleport to the moon, you teleport back from the moon, and you have to activate the teleport to do so, which is kind of complicated. Or I'm not even sure how you do it, but because I haven't played the map too much, I kind of forgot. But the point is, those parts are kind of hard to reach. So they put Juggernaut and Speed Cola there, and I mean, yeah, you could get it on round 1, but it's hard to because all you have is a Colt and 2 grenades. So like if a teammate goes down or something, you're kind of screwed because you can't teleport without without all your teammates on there. So, I mean, not only is the game the perks hard, but you know, if your teammate goes down, then you're kind of screwed, and that game over from there pretty much. So I really wish that you know they didn't do stuff like that. They didn't like make it extremely difficult, because that map, it's hard to survive. I mean, the zero gravity thing on the moon, like, is pretty hard too, because you're flying around everywhere, and yeah, there's excavators everywhere that dig through tunnels and stuff like that. And there's this astronaut zombie that follows you around and can steal perks from you. I mean, yeah, I think they overthought that map. I think they added too much stuff in that map too. I feel like they should stop adding ways to get you down. Like, sure, like in Black Ops 2, yeah, there was a lot of ways you get down, like with boss zombies and stuff, and all that, and lava and all this other crap. But they should give you more stuff that help you survive, like buildables. Like, those were good. That was a good idea. But I mean, Transit didn't have the best buildables, but Barry definitely had really good buildables, like the head chopper and the trample steam and the subsurface resonator and the turbine. I mean, those were all good. You can camp Juggernaut Alley pretty effectively. So I definitely feel like they took a step in the right direction there. I just don't feel like they should, put ways to get you downed, like the robots in Origins, because when they do that, it just gets annoying. Like, getting downed is one of the most annoying parts of zombies, because, well, on most maps, you lose all your perks, you lose, like, a fraction of your points, and if you die, your teammates lose, like, 10% of their points or something like that, and it's just dumb, honestly. The whole getting down and losing your perks, and, yeah, I mean, I know it makes the game hard, but in public matches, when you do that, it just makes people leave. I think they should find a way around that. I mean, maybe make a tombstone perma-perk, kind of like they did in Buried. That's one of the reasons why that map's really good. Because, when you get down, you lose Jug, you lose Speed, you lose all these other perks. I mean, not only do you have to buy them all back, but if you're in the middle of a round, it's hard to get all those it's hard to get to Juggernog, it's hard to get all these when you're all these perks back when you're fighting through a horde of zombies, and it's much even harder than that because you're in a weakened state. So I really think they should try to improve upon that. I mean, if they stop finding ways to get us down in zombies, I think it'd be a much better game mode. Although, I mean, I do have fun in zombies, but I just think there's a few things that can be improved. And hopefully, we see some of those changes in Black Ops 3, and hopefully they just kind of bring it back to the basics and make more maps that feel like World at War maps, like those maps. Like, they were simple, but they were fun too, and if you knew what you're doing, you can get to a high round. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed my commentary. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. This has been World at War, and see you guys later.